sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
Welcome back, mga kahalaks! For today's video, we're going to do experiment number 10.
Experiment number 10, which is the field density test by sand cone method. So yeah, let's go.
Good morning everyone. So for today's experiment, we will be using these materials. The tray, the trowel, the sand cone, the base plate, the sand container, and we're going to be using a weighing bar, and also for our equipment, we're going to be using a weighing scale and the soil dry.
Now we're going to weigh the sand container. So the sand container weighs 1.24 kilograms. Next, we're going to weigh the sand cone. It weighs 0.88 kilograms. And lastly, the metal tray. It weighs 0.32 kilograms.
After weighing the materials and the polymers, we will now fill the sand container with sand. After the sand container is now filled with sand, we will now measure it in the weighing scale. So now that we have filled our sand container with sand, we will now pour it here in order to calibrate our sand sample. Self-righteous suicide.
Oh my gosh!
Now we will measure it again.
So now that we have already a spot, we're going to put this base plate in the soil.
Now that the base plate is placed, we are going to use the digging bar at the center of the base plate.
Fill the hole with the love-provided sand and weight the remaining sand. Yes, dear. Grabe kayo mag-video.
We have filled the hole with our sand. We will now measure the remaining sand left in our sand container. Let's go. It is 4.9 kilograms.
put this in the oven.
Pack. 4 hours of drying in the oven, we will now take our soil sample and weigh it.
After the experiment, the group determined the wet and dry density of the soil sample and its water content. To ensure accuracy, the sand used was calibrated, yielding 1,293.33 grams of calibrated sand. The soil sample was collected from a grassy area in front of the medical school parking lot, showing signs of moisture and softness. However, it contained clumps and small rocks, which could impact the results. The initial sample weighed 2,970 grams, resulting in a density of 1.67 grams per cubic centimeters. After drying for 24 hours, it was found to contain 16% water and had a dry density of 1.44 grams per cubic centimeters. In conclusion, this experiment successfully determined the wet and dry in-place density of the in-situ soil sample while using the sand cone apparatus and water content measurement. However, limitations must be acknowledged for future improvements. Variations in hole depth can affect volume and density values, while impurities like rocks or organic materials may cause errors due to their differing densities. In order to address these issues, the group may suggest collecting multiple measurements from the same site to account for any differences in the soil profile. Multiple trials and averaging the findings can assist in reducing the impact of random mistakes and produce a more statistically valid density estimate.